Hi guys, hope you're doing good. Welcome back to another CD update, and this time I'm going to be going through the second part of my contest winnings from Simon Pieface. Without any further ado, I've got 11 things here, ranging from hard rock all the way up to death metal. Few things that I actually know here, and quite a few things that I didn't know as well. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Hope you enjoy. So first up, I'm going to start with a 3-track single CD from Entombed, and this features the song Out of Hand, which is from Wolverine Blues, and it features 2 covers, one for God of Thunder by Kiss and Black Breath by Repulsion. There's not really much to say here apart from the song. It's about 10 minutes. The Out of Hand song from Wolverine Blues is really good, and just reminded me that I really need to check that out again, because I do really enjoy that album actually. Hollow Man, I remember when I first got into death metal, and Hollow Man was a song that really hooked me really early on. God of Thunder, it's alright. For a Kiss song, it's alright. It's probably well better than the original. And the last song, Black Breath, was really good as well. Sort of really like fast-paced, death metal-y kind of sounding song. Yeah, really cool. Definitely need to go and check out Wolverine Blues in full. So that's that. Nice and quick. Next up is an album that I wasn't sure I was getting, but Simon must have ordered one for me, and it's from my friend Mickey Meffeet, and his second album called Dress the Elephant from 2024, and he done it all himself, just like he did with the first one. I really like how the CD printing is on there and track listing there, really cool. Yeah, he done a really great job with the whole package here, and obviously with the music as well. I think I prefer this to the first one that he put out, Hello My Brother. Even though they're both great, but I think this one's got a bit more of it's a bit more heavier, and some really great songs. Like Another Pill, I really like. Wicked Inside. I Walk Alive's really good. Dress the Elephant. Hell on Earth. I really like the interlude because it kind of reminds me a bit of like Joe Satriani, Tears in the Rain. And yeah, The Devil Inside of You is really good as well. Yeah, really great job, Mickey, on that. I really liked it. Really good stuff. Next up is The Pretty Reckless, Going to Hell. This is their second album. Came out on the Universal label, and for me, I think this is my favourite album of theirs. I don't know if I'm allowed to show that or not, but there you go. Some nice pictures of Taylor Momsen. There's some really good like hard rock, heavy-ish kind of songs on here. Yeah, I really like the first couple of tracks. Follow Me Down, Going to Hell, Sweet Things. Absolution is really good. Yeah, and then there's a couple of acoustic tracks, bonus tracks at the end. Couple of the songs have got like a bit of like a country twang, which I've never really been a massive fan of. But yeah, for me personally, this is my favourite album. It's probably all I need from them, to be honest, because their other stuff is, you know, it's all right, but I probably wouldn't pick them up myself. I like some of their stuff. I think they're better live. When we went to see them live last year, they were brilliant. I think they're a lot better live than they are on the recording. That's just my personal preference there. Next up is a re-recording album by Testament. The first strike is Still Deadly. And yeah, this is the first thing that they did when the band, they got the original, or most of the original band back together before they went on that massive hiatus and come back with Formation of Damnation. This version, I'm not sure whether this is official or not, because it's on the Prosthetic Records label and slightly different artwork. I think that's why I didn't quite recognise it when I first got it, because of the artwork's different. But essentially what this is re-recordings from, or songs re-recorded from their first 2 albums. It's really good. I do like it, and I think it's a really good album, but also at the same time I still feel like the originals are better, even though the obviously production and everything is better on this, but I think the songs themselves are better than the original. It definitely made me want to check out The Legacy again. I forgot how good that album is, because I hadn't listened to it for a while. And yeah, listening to them songs on ears, just made me want to go back and listen to that. A couple of songs at the end that feature Steve Zetro Souza, who was originally in the band before he went to join Exodus, and that was really cool to hear his snarl on some of these songs, how they were obviously originally supposed to sound like. And yeah, as you would expect, some great musicianship. The songs do sound great, but I think I just prefer the original recording. But yeah, it's good to have this in the collection. As a Testament fan, I think it's not essential this, but if you're a Testament fan, then it's a good addition to have for your collection. Next, we're moving into stuff that I didn't know that well or hadn't ever listened to. Firstly, this band I'd actually never heard of, and the band is called 6 Reasons to Kill, and this is their album Architects of Perfection. Came out in 2011, and this is their 4th album. This band is a metalcore melodic death metal band from Germany, and yeah, I'd never heard of them before, and I really like this album. To me, it kind of reminded me a bit of like Parkway Drive mixed with a bit of Ill Disposed, In Flames kind of thing. It's slightly more like 2000s kind of style production and everything. I liked it. I thought there was some really brutally heavy riffs, some really good vocals. It kind of went from like a Mitch Lucker kind of sound to then like deep guttural vocals, which I liked. There's even a song that features some clean vocals. A couple of songs features some like keyboards and weird stuff going on in the background, which didn't really detract too much from it. But yeah, as I said, some really heavy stuff, some really great riffs and awesome heavy breakdowns throughout. Very much like Parkway Drive, early Parkway Drive. So yeah, I really liked it, and I'll definitely be wanting to check out more from this band. Moving on now to a death metal classic that I embarrassingly had never listened to before I got this, and that's Suffocation, Effigy of the Forgotten from 1991, their debut album. And yeah, this is my first time listening to this album, my first time actually listening to Suffocation, admittedly. But I knew I would probably like them, and I did. I really like this debut album. Kind of had a bit of like an early Cannibal Corpse with a bit of Morbid Angel in there. Really great riffs and guitar solos throughout. It kind of went from like that sort of really fast-paced to sort of mid-paced. Excellent guitar solos, kind of a little bit like Rick Ross at times. Insane vocals. I really liked the vocals. I thought they were great. I I can see why a lot of people say about this album being like the not as good because of the production, but I don't know. I thought the production was alright. You know, it didn't detract from my enjoyment of the album. And I definitely would like to listen to more of this band because there is a lot to check out from this band. But yeah, I'm glad to have a little bit of Suffocation in my collection now. Moving on to some more death metal, and I've got 2 albums here from the Polish band Vader. This is the first one. This is a compilation of 2 early demos called Reborn in Chaos. And this version came out in 2004. And this one features 2 covers of Death Metal by Possessed and Immortal Rights by Morbid Angel. And yeah, it's really cool to hear like how the band started with these 2 demos or EPs or whatever they are. I think they're 2 demos, aren't they? I'm not sure. But a lot of these songs ended up on their debut album. So it was cool to hear like how they started, how the songs kind of began, and which ones ended up being on the first album as well. Really cool. And again, the production was quite raw, but I quite liked it. It kind of, you know, made it kind of have a nice sort of feel to it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's that one. And then I also received this one as well, and this is their 5th album called Revelations on Metal Blade Records, and I really liked it. I'm not really sure like where this would land in people's discography rankings, whether it would be towards the top or towards the bottom. I've absolutely no idea. But I liked it for what it was. It had some really good riffs and some thrashy moments throughout. I really liked the Nomad, that song, When Darkness Calls as well. I quite like the last song as well, Revelation of Black Moses. That was the longest song on the album, and I really enjoyed that one. It's quite an epic-y outro song. Yeah, definitely a band that I need to listen to more of because before this I only had the latest one that they did. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of Vader to catch up on. But I'm really happy to have those 2 in my collection now. I would like to get some more Vader at some point. Next up, I've got another double, this time from Cannibal Corpse, and this is Gore Obsessed from 2002. And again, kind of similar with the Vader one. I've no idea where this one lies on people's discographies, but I thought it was pretty good. Nice little slipcase. There's the back. Yeah, it's just your typical Cannibal Corpse stuff, really. Heavy, fast, brutal. Also includes a really good cover of No Remorse by Metallica, which kind of came out of nowhere, but they did a really good job of it, to be fair. It was really good. And what other songs I thought were... I really liked the first one, Savage Butchery. Hung and Bled, I quite liked that one. And the last song, Grotesque, I think, yeah, probably those 3 of my favourites. But yeah, good one from Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse don't really make bad albums though, do they? And then next one, this one I've actually had on my list to get for a while, so I'm really grateful that Simon sent me it. Red Before Black, and this is their 3rd most recent one. The last one with Pat O'Brien before he got booted out of the band. I really like this one. It kind of had more of a groovy, thrashy kind of vibe to it compared to the other one. And yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was really consistent. 12 tracks. I really liked Code of the Slashers. I think that was probably my favourite song. I also really liked Scavenger Consuming Death. In the Midst of Ruin, I really like that one as well. Remaimed as well. Yeah. Even the title track, Red Before Black, really good. Yeah, really consistent, and I enjoyed it a lot. Actually, I think I enjoyed it more than the other one, to be fair. I think maybe that's just my personal taste with Cannibal Corpse, I don't know, but yeah. Now for the last one, and a bit of black metal, Darkthrone, Blazing the Northern Sky. And I had listened to this a few years ago when I started getting into black metal, but then I didn't listen to it again. So listening to it now, actually owning it, it was kind of like listening to it for the first time again, and I forgot how good it was. There's some really awesome riffs throughout the album. It's just riff after riff after riff. It's brilliant. Some really nice fast and then slower paced stuff. I liked the production. I thought the production fit the whole vibe of the album really nice. Yeah, this is my first Darkthrone album that I've got in my collection, and I would hope to get some more, at least maybe the first 4 or 5. That debut album I think I still prefer over this, but it's really close between them because I really liked this album and the debut, even though they're different sounding. But yeah, this one's brilliant. The first song, Catharian Life Code, I think is probably my favourite song. Although I really liked Blazing the Northern Sky, In the Shadow of the Horns. All the songs are absolutely brilliant on here. So yeah, really happy to finally have some Darkthrone in my collection now. So that was part 2 of my Simon contest winnings CD series. I'd love to know what you think of the albums that I've shown today, and I definitely will be having more content, especially CD updates, coming out throughout the year. I've got stuff that I got for my birthday that I haven't even listened to yet. I've still got a massive pile of stuff from Simon, and I got a few things from Roger as well. So plenty of stuff to come on the channel throughout the year. And yeah, if you got this far, thanks ever so much for watching. Until the next time, keep it metal.